Brother Gregg Durham, and I'm an intern here at the National Shrine of Our Lady of Mount Carmel, as well as the Parish of Our Lady of Mount Carmel here in Middletown. And I wish to share with you today a reflection on Saint Teresa of Avila. On October 15th, the Church celebrates Saint Teresa of Avila, who was born in Spain in the year 1515. She was one of the few women doctors of the Church. But for us, the Carmelite friars, she holds a very important role. Her writings on the spiritual journey and her efforts of reform has had a tremendous impact on the Carmelite family. For Teresa, she speaks of a relationship with God, who she acknowledges already dwells in us and is awaiting our acknowledgement. Her many images, which include the water, the peripheries, and the castles, all carve a spiritual journey of the person, finding God at the center and nurturing that newfound relationship. To discover this part and find God, Teresa emphasizes the need for prayer. She further adds in her writings that our prayer ought not become too wordy or too busy, but one that is focused on listening. What does God have to say to us? She advocates that in growing in prayer, we learn about ourselves and find God. She calls this finding of God union. Now, Teresa offers the Church 3 themes to consider when cultivating a healthy prayer life. These themes she calls charity, detachment, and humility, all complementary to each other. She speaks of prayer as a conversation between friends. Applying this idea to our own relationships with each other, we must strive to be charitable to our friends and treat one another with love. We can find that as we grow in our relationship with God, we let go of the many possessions that we tend to cling to. This she regards as a freedom, and Teresa encourages that the spiritual journey requires a willing freedom to respond to God, one that she regards as detachment. It makes us available and ready. The final theme of Teresa, one that she encourages, is humility, which is at the heart of the spiritual journey. When we become available to God, we become humble respondents. We recognize our own sinfulness and where we lack. It is only in this recognition that we can grow in recognizing the God who is of mercy, love, and ready to forgive. Given this truncated version of Teresa's spirituality and the spiritual journey, I encourage you to consider yourself seated on a beach. Imagine Jesus in the scene and experience the peacefulness of the water, the gentleness of the wind, the beauty of the sunset, and the calm of the atmosphere. Such a scene is what Teresa is teaching us, one that listens to Jesus who speaks in this prayer. She notes our ability to recognize the presence of God amidst the silence. For the Church, Teresa teaches us a method of prayer, one that lets go of all distractions, in which there is only one center of our life. The attention is focused on God, who is waiting to speak. We can find many of Teresa's writings to help us in our path to holiness. My personal favorite remains The Way of Perfection. It is one that I reflected on deeply during my novitiate year, and one which helped cultivate a love of Teresa's journey. It is ideally titled The Way of Perfection, which for me is the journey that we all are encouraged to undertake, seeking out perfection in God and aiming to perfect oneself. As we recognize the gift that is Teresa of Avila to the Church, I wish to leave you with these words of hers to reflect on. And I quote, "May today there be peace within. May you trust God that you are exactly where you are meant to be. May you not forget the infinite possibilities that are born of faith. May you use your gifts that you have received and pass on the love that has been given to you. May you be content knowing that you are a child of God. Let this presence settle into your bones and allow your soul the freedom to sing, to dance, to praise, and to love. For it is there for each and every one of us." I wish you a happy feast of St. Teresa of Avila from all of us here at the National Shrine of Our Lady of Mount Carmel. Thank you.